Do you know what Nirvana is, and do you want to go there? Can I show you the way that I found to get to Nirvana? Okay, but before we talk about the way to get to Nirvana, let's talk about the core teaching of the Buddha. The Buddha taught four noble truths. The first noble truth is the cycle of suffering and death. This is a cycle that continues to go on and on and on, from birth to life to death. The whole world is full of suffering. The second noble truth is the evil desire. The Buddha described this evil desire in every person as like a black fire burning in their heart. The third noble truth is Nirvana. Buddha described Nirvana as a place with no more pain and suffering. He also described it as like a golden city in the sky. The fourth noble truth is the Eightfold Path. The Eightfold Path requires that to get to Nirvana, you have to live a perfect life. Do you believe that you have been 100% perfect in your life? No, no one has been 100% perfect in their life. And Jesus' teaching agrees with Buddha's teaching that in order to get to Nirvana, to get to the golden city, you have to be 100% perfect. But for every person, this is impossible. But God has made a way for this to be possible. You see, whenever God first created the world, He created it perfect. And the first man and woman lived with Him in peace, with no pain and no suffering. But God gave the first man and woman a command, and the first man and woman, they broke that command. And breaking that command is what caused the pain and suffering to enter the world. So now this cycle of pain and suffering goes on in the world. But God, He is still perfect. So He cannot be a part of pain and suffering. So He is over here in His holiness, His perfectness. But He wanted men and women to be with Him in the golden city, in Nirvana. So He sent His Son, Jesus. And Jesus had no need to attain enlightenment because He was the light of the world. And He lived a perfect life. And then religious people, they got jealous of Him. So they wrongly accused Him of crimes He never committed. And they killed Him on a cross. But 3 days later, God rose Him from the grave and proved that He really was perfect. And He went back to Nirvana, not having to follow any of the Eightfold Path because He was already perfect. And He tells us that if we turn to Him and make Him the King of our life, that through His perfection, He can bring us back to Nirvana so that we can live with God in perfect peace and happiness. So do you want to be a disciple of Jesus so that through His perfection, He can take you from this pain and suffering into Nirvana?